Hi traders, this is Taylor from thetradinganalyst.com. Thanks for stopping by. We're going to take a look at a bunch of charts here, and I'm going to give you my analysis and thoughts, and maybe even give you some trade ideas to help you navigate the market for the week ahead. But first, if you're not already a member, go ahead and visit the homepage www.thetradinganalyst.com, and you can see all of our member-only benefits like the text message and email alerts, watch lists, member videos, educational materials, and much more. You're going to get all that once you sign up to become a member. And if you scroll down here, you can see a little bit of a more of a detailed idea of what you'll be getting as a member. And then you can see what our members are saying about the service. And then if you scroll down to the bottom, you can sign up for whichever portion of the service that you would like to and have it fit your own personality. It's a great opportunity, and we would love to have you. All right, so let's get into these charts here. The first one that I want to cover here is Google. Google, we've got support at 750. Approximately 750. So why is there support around this level? Well, it was a big resistance level. You can see that we gapped down right here, and that was resistance from these few candles right here. And then you can see we came back up and got rejected around that level right here again. And then we came back up here, and now we broke over that resistance, and now it's support. So now it's support, and we've already got one touch, almost a couple touches right there. So about 749, 748, 750, that's going to be the support level. And then our next resistance level is right around 770. And that resistance level is 770 because we've got the lows of these few candles right here. So let's just keep it simple. Support 750, resistance 770, and then we've got some more resistance. If we end up breaking over that 770, we're going to have resistance right around 790. You can see we kind of broke over that level a couple times, just a little bit. So between 790, 795 or so is going to be that next resistance level for Google. Next chart that I want to take a look at is Apple. So Apple, pretty simple level here. You shouldn't be surprised that we are at least taking a pause around this $100 level or so. I've been pointing it out several times in my last few videos on Apple. So we are taking a pause here. It doesn't mean that it can't break over that eventually. It just means that it is a key level, and it is a key level because first of all, we're getting rejected here last few days, and then over here it was resistance over here as well a couple times. On the support side, we've got support at 96.50 or so. So a couple touches from the lows of these candles, and then it was resistance over here from the highs of these few candles right here. And now that we're over that, it becomes support. Okay? Now let's take a look at the longer term chart on Apple here, and you can see that we do have a bit of a downtrend that we've been in since mid to late 2015 from the highs over here at about 130. You can see there's a lower high that's made here, a lower high that's made here. But what we also have is we have quite a base that's being formed. You can see right here around $90 or so, 90 to 92 or so. There's quite a bit of a base. You can see that we've got a touch here, several touches here, and again, this is the weekly chart. Touch here, a touch here, and it looks like if we end up breaking over this downtrend line, then I'm going to be very, very bullish on Apple because we are kind of coiling here. Until that happens, we're going to remain in a downtrend. So I'm not trying to double talk here and cover all my bases. It's just a matter of kind of waiting to to see whatever Apple decides to do. So if we end up breaking these lows, we're going to head much lower, and that's going to be a big breakdown pattern. If we end up breaking over the downtrend line, that's going to be very bullish, and we're going to head much higher. So it's kind of an either-or situation. You know, we're traders. Well, at least I'm a trader. I'm not an investor. I don't really care which direction Apple heads in. So we'll wait for that signal, whichever way it decides to break. Next, I want to cover Netflix here. And Netflix, yeah, we might as well just look at the weekly chart here. Pretty similar look to Apple. You know, you can see we've got the downtrend since late 2015. Lower high, lower high, lower highs here. And on the downside, if you go a little bit lower, there's some pretty heavy support right around in the mid to high 60s right here. You can see that, you know, it almost got another touch right there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 touches right there. And this is on the weekly chart. So on the daily chart, we've probably got, you know, 20 touches right there. This is 5 weeks straight where we just grind it up against that level from the underside of it. So now that we're on the above it, it's going to be big support. So if we end up getting down there, that'll probably be at the very least, a short-term buying opportunity. So let's look at the daily chart here. And you can see that we did gap down, but we held these, we did gap down quite a bit, but we did hold these lows here. You can see that we bounced from this level about 85 a couple times, and then on this candle right here, we bounced from this level right here. And you can see that we're holding it right here, we're holding it, 1, 2, you know, we've got 4 candles right here, pretty much that all bounced off of this level. So this is a key level. If we can keep holding this, then I think Netflix can head higher. If we break 85 and hold below it, we're going to come down here and tag 80, okay? So 80 from the lows of this candle, and then as you can see, let me scroll on a little bit. Okay, so over here, you can see that the lows of maybe about 7 or 8 candles right there, where that acted as support, so $80 or so is going to be that next support. If we end up breaking that $80 level, we're probably going to come down here and fill this gap right here at about 68. So that was that level that I showed you on the weekly time frame. You know, we've got a touch here, here, several touches right here. So that $68 or so is going to be key support. So be aware of all these levels, and you can see the downtrend line right here. Touch, 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 and a touch right there. Next, I want to be covering Tesla. So Tesla here, we've got the downtrend line right here that we broke over, and then we've got this 215, 216 or so as support, and then we've got about 228, 229 resistance. And then that bigger resistance is up here about 245 from the lows of these candles right here. You can see that we've got a lot of sideways trading action right there, and that's how support and resistance is created. Next, I want to cover Chipotle. Chipotle, look at this volume right here. It is, what is that? The biggest volume day since the biggest volume day of 2016, and right here we had more volume over here. So biggest volume day since December of 2015. So quite a bit of volume that came into Chipotle, and you can see that we were in such a tight range right here, really tight range, and then we broke out of that range. I think if we touch back down to about 420 or so, I believe that's going to be a good buying opportunity for Chipotle. You can see that we got a strong reaction off of earnings. It doesn't really matter what the earnings were. All that matters is that the reaction to the earnings was very positive, and we saw a lot of buyers. This is a very bullish pattern. We broke over the downtrend line that we were working on right here. I think that Chipotle can definitely break out here, and it worked off all this, bad news right here that we're working on. And I think that Chipotle could be in for some longer term upside, and I think this is just the beginning of that right here. Next, I want to be covering Amazon. Amazon, I believe earnings are coming up this week, so just be aware of that. I don't personally trade through earnings, pretty much never. At times I do, but very rarely, so I just want to throw that out there. But the levels that you want to be looking for are right here. First of all, this 728 level, let me zoom in a little bit. 728, we bounced from it over here on this day, perfect bounce. And why is that a level? Well, because it was the highs of this candle, and all these candles right here where that acted as a resistance. We broke over that, so now it's support. On the downside, we've got support at about 683, bounced from it here, and it was resistance right here, and then you can see it was resistance right here as well. So 683, 728, those are pretty much the closest relevant levels that I'm seeing and that I think you should be aware of. Next, we're going to be covering GoPro. GoPro, main thing that I'm seeing right here is this uptrend line. You can see that we've got a bounce from it here, 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 and several touches right here. So if you're bullish on GoPro, you want to see this uptrend line hold, and most likely it does because trends are more likely to continue. But if it does break below that, for me, I wouldn't really want to be in it at the moment. Kind of use that as my trailing stop, and then I'd enter maybe back down if we're lucky enough to get down at $8 or so. But that uptrend line should hold. It looks like it's going to hold. I feel like if it was going to break, it probably would have already done so because we did have quite a few red days, and you can see we had some volume coming out of it, but we didn't end up breaking below that trend line. So it can still do that, but more than likely, I believe it's going to hold, and that's the level that you want to see hold. Moving to the upside, if we end up bouncing, we've got resistance in the mid to high 12s right here, as well as up here in the $14 range. So we've got the highs of these candles right here, the lows of these few candles, and then the $14. You can see that we've got several candles over here and over here where that was resistance as well. And next, I want to be covering Twitter. And Twitter, we've got key level right here is about 1775 is going to be that support. As you can see, it was resistance here, 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 and then we finally broke over it, and now we came back down, bounced off of it, 1777 support, and then we've got resistance up here at about 1950 or so. So 1950 is going to be that resistance ahead of us. All right, guys, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it as always. Remember, if you're not already a member, go ahead and visit the bottom of the home page and sign up today, and you can start receiving alerts and videos immediately. We'll see you over there.